Hey everyone, welcome to this video on this Honda Foreman 450 ES. This is a 2004 model, and we're having a problem with the LCD screen. So what's happening is when I turn the screen on, I don't see anything. Now, I can actually see a little bit, but you probably can't see for the glare that's coming in from behind me. So we'll try to get in there. You might be able to make out something, but if I turn on the low beams, you can actually see that the LCD is quite messed up. So we're going to replace this with a screen that I got off of eBay, which I'm going to show right here on the screen if you want to take a look at it. But that's what we're looking at. So let's go ahead and take this meter, they call this a meter. Let's take this apart and see what we're working with. Alright, so the first step is to actually remove the screw that's right here. You can see that this one's already been removed. And once you do that, the cover should just pop off. Okay, now that you got your cover off, there's two 12mm bolts on either side. You need to have those removed, and then you can take out the headlight. Now that you got your headlight loosened, you need to go to the back, and there's a clip back here. You just pry up on those prongs and push down, and then your headlight assembly should come out. And here's a look at what that clip looked like that plugged into the headlight. Now you'll have to get a wrench or a ratchet and get those four 10mm bolts off the back of the display. Now we got to take out all these screws. I think there's 8 of them, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so here's what we have. This is what you should have so far. The PCB looks pretty good so far, but the LCD is all blown out. You can see. Hopefully you can see it on camera. It's all blown out looking. So we need to disconnect power so we don't short something out. Let's do that next. Alright, so now you want to take out 3 screws. One at the top. There'll be one here. And one on the side. When you do that, your PCB should come apart. And you can see on the back, there's 2 power clips that we need to unplug. And we'll do that, and we'll take these screws off the back of the PCB, and we should have everything took apart. Okay, at this point, this is what you should have. And all you should have to do at this point is just pull this out of there. And it's got 2 little nipples here on the corner that'll hold it in there, and that's all that holds it to the PCB up against this strip. This is actually pretty clean. And that's what you should have. And once again, there's the screen. Pretty ruined. Let's go ahead and put the new one on. Alright, so the LCD screen from eBay looks like this. It comes in an electrostatic bag like so. It doesn't come with any instructions. So let's go ahead and get it installed to the PCB and put it on the 4-wheeler. Alright guys, so the best way to do this is to take your outer display like so. You gotta be careful, as you can see when touching it. I'm trying to flip it over. You take that black outer display, set your new LCD screen down in there, and it does matter which way this faces, this LCD screen. So for me, if you look at the bottom of the screen, there's a lot of these little black zebra stripes. That faces the bottom. And on top, there's just a little bit of zebra stripes. As you can see over here, you probably can't even see it, but there's just a little bit, and there's a big black strip here with nothing on it. This will go towards the top where your lights are, so hopefully that helps with that. These silicone pads, and go ahead and put them in there, like so. They're probably going to fall over and everything else. Then you take your clear tray, and you just have to work it in there. And that could be a little aggravating as well, but it's not as aggravating as trying to sandwich it or something like that. So there you go. And that's that. And take your PCB. So here's where your lights are on the PCB. And this is where your lights are on the display. And we're going to stick it in these holes like so. And it does matter about the screws. So if it's not screwed in tight, you won't see your full display. But we'll show that coming up. But that's basically how you do it. Just go ahead and put your 6 screws on the back, and we'll go on to the next step. Okay guys, we got the 2 plug-ins on the back of the PCB plugged in. And be sure that you have all 6 of your screws in, and make sure they're really snug tight, because the silicone that's on here has to be smushed up against the PCB and the LCD screen really snugly in order to display what's on the screen, or else you'll get little pieces missing, and you'll think that something's wrong with the screen. So let's go ahead and turn it on and see if this works. And there we go. I don't know if you can see that on the screen, but it works just fine. Okay, so now we just got to reinstall everything, and it's the same as taking it off. We do it in the same order, and that's it. If you like this video, guys, give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe. If you don't like it, and we'll see you in the next video.